EA Sports. It's in the game.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston. Tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Miami Heat. The Celtics control the opening tip, and we're underway in downtown Boston. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
He'd have the basketball. Dragic. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
For the Heat.
Nope, first one does not go. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. To Hayward. To Kemba Walker. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Miami with the basketball. Dragic. Sizing up the defense to Butler.
Defensive foul to number 8, Kemba Walker. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
Dragic. Dragic wide open, knocks it down.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
To Walker. Curling inside. Walker to Marcus Smart. Here's a chance from long range. Smart is tough. He loves those kinds of shots.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
To Butler. Dragic. He made his first effort, but not that time. Brown with it up top. Up 6. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Miami's got it. Short jumper stays out to Jaylen Brown. Beyond the arc for 3. Brown with the 3 with a hand in his face.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Dragic with the basketball. Down 11. To Butler. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Eric Spoelstra now going to use a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits.
Your support. If you would like to participate in an upcoming event, you can register at our team website for more details.
Stuffs it down with authority. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step.
Okay, that time it was effective, but a really good defender will put that in their memory bank.
Dragic into the front court. Down a bundle. Second effort. Another follow. Stays out. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good, and the lead's back down to 13. To Jaylen Brown. To Marcus Smart. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. Fires the three. He made his first effort, but not that time. Dragic with it. His guys currently down by 13. Can't connect from in close. Dragic with the basketball. He'll run the offense. 4-3. Not that time. He missed it.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Dragic into the front court. Trailing by 15. Slams it down. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Subbing in for the Celtics, number 8, Kemba Walker.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jay, 44 wins for the Heat last year. For the most part, that core is in place once again.
And when I think about the core, Ed, I think about upper management. I think about Pat Riley. I think about Eric Spoelstra. I think about Mickey Arison, the consummate professionals associated with this basketball team. The year before, they did not make the playoffs. So a substantial improvement for a young basketball team.
Walker with the basketball. His team on top by 13. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Cashes in for 2.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
It's the Heat with the possession. Shot by Jones, no good. Curling inside. And count the basket.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Butler into the front court. His guys down big. Can't connect. Deep 3 at the buzzer. We played one here at TD Garden with the Celtics on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Dragic with it. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat.
Get it back, man. Get it back. Get it back.
Nothing going here on that drive. Walker. Nice pass to set things up.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually.
He's going to play the matchup. Brad Stevens making some moves. Layup goes down. Well done.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Tatum. Now that's a contest. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Hayward. Shot from in close. No good. Dragic. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Tatum. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Driving right to the basket and throws it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys holding the big lead. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Knocked loose. Dragic. Celtics have it. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
It's the Heat with the possession. Knocked loose. That's out. Last touch by Goran Dragic. The drive, right to the basket. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Now the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Screen coming.
Ice. Send that on here.
Dragic. And the basket good at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Here comes the screen. Walker. To Marcus Smart. Walker. Shot clock violation. Shot by Brown off the mark. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Number 22, Jimmy Butler. And number 41, Jay Crowder.
Jason Tatum with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Marcus Smart. Going to launch beyond the arc.
That's his first personal.
Marcus Smart is going to get a chance at 3 here. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Misses the first.
Nice and butter, salt and butter.
Second one's no good. One more coming. 0 for 3 from the line. Wow. Dragic. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Hayward. And the rebound corralled by Butler. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Has a chance. Just off the mark.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Goran Dragic, 4 out of 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Walker into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Tatum. Not easy.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Celtics come away with it. To Jaylen Brown.
Charging foul to number 20, Gordon Hayward.
Had a chance, but it's no good. Lets it fly from long range. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. Dragic with the basketball. Under a minute to go before halftime. Slam dunk.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Celtics have it. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Dragic into the front court. Down a bundle. To Butler. Jaylen Brown swats it and draws the foul.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys can hold for the final shot. Has a look. Brown shot, no good. Deep three, at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Heat may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Assists.
The Boston Celtics are having a great time out there. When you see players getting their teammates involved and having fun, it's the best way to win. Kemba Walker is the leader among his teammates in dimes.
Player of the half.
Kemba Walker did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Butler to bring it up. He'll run the offense. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Nice finish at the rim.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
He'd have the basketball. Good look that time, but off the mark to Jaylen Brown. And finishes strong.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Now the Heat gonna use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this.
Have a look for yourself in the display behind section 121 and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Butler to Dragic. Fires the 3, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Tatum. Not that time. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Hayward. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Jimmy Butler at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 66% in this contest. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. To Jaylen Brown. Missed it. How'd that not go down? To Jaylen Brown. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Dragic to Butler. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Trying to cash in. No good. To Jaylen Brown. Lays it up and in.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Butler into the front court. His guys down big. Spinning shot. Won't fall. Got a piece to knock it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Walker with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Butler.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
And the finish. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Jaylen Brown. Can't connect from in close.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Tatum. No good. That's great defense.
In the first half, he pretty much made every single shot. It was magical to watch. But now that you have drawn so much attention, try to get your teammates more involved.
Free throws coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
First try at the line, no good. He missed a pair of free throws. To Jaylen Brown. Kicks it around the perimeter. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Rebound taken by Miami. To Butler. Has a chance. Can't connect. To Jaylen Brown. For 3. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. To Dragic. Count the basket inside.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short.
He was absolutely scoring at will in the first half. But now that the defense has picked up, don't try to do too much. Less is more.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. He gets it.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Miami with the basketball. To Dragic. Rebound Jason Tatum.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Butler to bring it up. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter.
1 minute left in the third quarter.
Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Butler. Shot clock winding down. Butler steps out and hits.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Walker to Hayward. Nice pass to get things going.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Knocked loose. Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot. Curling inside. Third quarter comes to an end. The Celtics way out in front. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
Pass stolen by Miami.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
And scores. Strong take.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Hayward. Off the mark. Has a look. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Celtics have it.
Can the offense just run some clock here? I've seen enough.
He'll take that any day.
And there's no longer room on this court for players that cannot think on the fly. Especially in transition defense, you have to acknowledge and analyze the situation. If a guy isn't a shooter, almost jab at him and make sure you run out to the guys that are fanning out to the three-point shot. Stop that three-point shot and allow the defense to get back and maybe contest the shot at the rim for a layup.
Celtics come away with it. Turns and slams it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
The monster stuff.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Butler. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. To Hayward. Hayward, that's how it's done. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 7, Jaylen Brown. Stepping in
Dragic.
for the Heat. Number 5.
The screen sets him up for two.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Hayward to Marcus Smart. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Dragic with it. Down a bundle. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. Tatum. Textbook defense.
People do not realize the brilliance of the coaching in this league. The small adjustments made defensively has made all the difference in the second half.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Jimmy Butler. And number 41, Jay Crowder.
Gordon Hayward pins it. That's going to be his 6th foul. He's done for the night.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Jay Crowder at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys hold a commanding lead. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good. Add 1 more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Dragic with the basketball. He'll run the offense. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Walker to Marcus Smart. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
Walker into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. And Gordon Hayward knocks down a wide-open look.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Not that time. Nothing going here on that drive. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Almost unlucky bounce. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Trying to cash in. Deep two there, won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Bam Adebayo at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 72%. And he misses that one free throw. Into the front court, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Dragic into the front court. His guys down big. count the basket inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Walker. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side. Some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 0, Myers Leonard.
Knocked loose. Celtics have it.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
Not that time. From the painted area, won't go down. To Jaylen Brown. And he finishes at the rim.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Jimmy Butler for 2. It goes down. He improvises and scores.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
The Celtics were merciless in this game. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Heat really lost big in this matchup, and you could tell it was tough on them. And it's games like this where veteran players can be so important. They've been through these types of blowouts, and they know what it takes to keep a locker room united. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Fast break points.
The Miami Heat can look back at this game and point to their poor transition defense as the primary reason for today's loss. Too often, they found themselves out of position once the outlet passes were finding their intended targets.
Player of the game.
Kemba Walker gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports.
EA Sports. It's in the game.